Hey guys, welcome back. I've got a very affordable watch review for you today. It's from Lacz Denton official store on AliExpress and it's one of the cheapest Meca-Quartz chronograph watches you can find. It's an homage of the €16,000 Piaget Polo S, so when it comes to design, it's a very good looking piece. Before I start with the review, I just want to tell you that one of you will win this watch. I'll give you the details later on in the video. As I said, this watch is from the Lacz Denton store on AliExpress. They sent it to me for free and I really appreciate that. However, don't worry, I'll give you my honest opinion about it. Right now it goes for about €80 and that's a very attractive price considering the specs. It's also available in 4 different colors. I went for the blue model, but I think the green one looks very interesting. And if you're looking for something with more bling, then there is a gold-plated model as well. I've left all the relevant links in the description below. Here is the box the watch comes in, guys. It's very compact and it's very similar to Pagani Design's boxes. In fact, the cleaning cloth that came with mine is Pagani Design branded, so who knows, both brands might be actually related. In addition, you get a NATO strap, a manual and a warranty card. Alright, let's start talking about the watch itself now, and of course we'll start doing so by getting the dimensions out of the way. The case diameter is 41mm wide, the thickness is 12mm. The lug-to-lug comes at just 46mm, which is great news for people with smaller wrists. And finally, the lug width is 20mm. Here is how it wears on my 17cm or 6.7 inch wrist. It looks quite elegant in my opinion, and it definitely looks and feels more expensive than it really is. It also sits very comfortable on the wrist. And on the supplied leather strap it weighs 81 grams. Overall, it's a very wearable watch, and once again, due to the shorter lug-to-lug of 46mm, even people with 14cm in circumference wrists will be able to pull it off. The leather strap that comes with the watch is actually not bad at all. It has a crocodile pattern and the blue color matches the sub-dials. On the underside it says genuine leather. I can't tell you if that's true or not, but it doesn't really matter as it's quite comfortable and the quality is, as I said, quite decent. Finally, you get a generic butterfly clasp which looks and works very well. It's milled, it's high polished, and it has the Lacz Denton branding laser etched on the outer side. Needless to say that if it's not your cup of tea, you can easily replace the strap with what you like best. Now let's have a word about the design, the build quality and the finishing. Guys, when it comes to the design, the watch looks very similar to the Piaget Polo S. For some people this might be a big drawback, while for others a huge selling point. Either way, this piece looks very nice, and as mentioned earlier, it looks more expensive than what its asking price of €80 suggests. And I can say the same for the build quality and the finishing. This Lacz Denton feels very solid. It features a screw-down crown, a screw-down case back, and a water resistance of 100 meters. The case is all made of 316L steel and it's fully brushed, as you can see. The brushing is very nicely done. It's a bit rougher on the top of the bezel, I assume on purpose, and it does look good. The rest of the case feels very smooth and there aren't any sharp edges that you can feel while having it on the wrist. The only thing that you could potentially complain about is the lack of sapphire crystal. However, for the money, a mineral crystal is not that much of a big deal in my opinion. Next we look at the dial. It's very well executed, same layout as the Piaget Polo S, although there are some subtle differences. For instance, the sub-dials on the Lacz Denton are more spaced out, and there are no hour markers at 3, 6 and 9 o'clock in comparison to the Piaget. For that reason, the date window sits a little bit lower on the Lacz Denton. The hands and the indices are applied and they're well finished. Finally, you get a printed logo and branding at 12 o'clock, which looks sharp as well. In addition, the hands and the indices are filled with some green lume, which doesn't look terrible, but unfortunately it's not long lasting. Moving on, guys, let's briefly mention what's probably the most impressive spec of this watch. In my opinion, that has to be the Seiko VK64 Meca-Quartz caliber. It's essentially a quartz movement with a sweeping chronograph central seconds hand. And when it comes to non-mechanical chronograph movements, the VK64 is probably your best choice. Note that I've had it in a couple of Pagani design watches and never had a problem with it. Being quartz, it also means that it's going to be very accurate, plus minus 20 seconds per month, but typically you get much better results than that. Next, the battery is fairly long lasting. Under normal use, you can expect it to last about 3 years. And finally, the operation of the chronograph is very nice. The pushers are a bit sharp on the edges, but they're very clicky and provide you with a firm tactile feedback. And I really like how when you hit the reset button, the central seconds hand jumps right back to 12, which is something that you normally see only with automatic chrono movements. Guys, I don't know if you have noticed, but this watch doesn't have running seconds, and this is simply because there are only 2 sub-dials or 2 sub-registers on the dial. The VK64 movement allows for a minute counter, which is at 9 o'clock, a 24-hour time format sub-dial at 3 o'clock, and the running seconds counter would typically be present at 6 o'clock, but since this Lacz Denton comes with a 2 sub-dial layout, you don't get to have it. Other than that, this watch is quite nice, and I do think it represents some really good value for money. At the very beginning of this video, I told you that one of you can win this watch, and here's what you need to do. Simply subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. That's all. You don't have to do anything else. I will pick the winner at the end of this month, that is on the 30th of April. I will post the lucky winner on the community tab of the channel as well as on the Instagram account, the link of which you can find in the description below. If you're too late to the party and the winner has already been chosen, don't worry, I'll be giving away a few more watches very soon, including one of my G-Shocks. So yeah guys, definitely keep an eye on the channel. Thank you very much for watching everyone, that's the end of today's video. Good luck to anyone who's decided to participate in the giveaway. Take care guys, I'll see you in the next one.